Всем привет! Вы на канале InVader, и сегодня мы продолжаем проходить Hogwarts наследие. В прошлом видео мы остановились на том, что проникли в кабинет директора и сейчас проходим испытание директрисы Фиджеральд. Вот. И по ее испытанию это сказка о дарах смерти. Мы уже прошли мантию невидимости и бузинную палочку, и сейчас у нас камень воскрешения. На очереди.
I can't believe she's dead.
Dear sweet Neve.
Neve! May her memory be a treasure to us forever.
Окей, это смерть. Интересно.
You found me, but you cannot undo what has been done. The magic of the stone can only conjure a shadow of my former self.
А нам обязательно тебя воскрешать?
But there is no light without shadow, as there is no shadow without light. Simply because you can eliminate darkness does not always mean that you should.
Извиняюсь.
Remember that as you witness my memory.
Я сока попил, и у меня вообще что-то горло немного сухое. Ладно, не об этом. Давайте посмотрим воспоминания. Вот. А также я бы хотел бы немного потом поговорить насчет моей 3DS, которую я покупал на Алиэкспрессе. Поговорить о ней и, рассказать, в принципе, немного моих таких итоговых, наверное, более-менее мнений о покупке на Алиэкспрессе именно 2DS-ки.
Isadora, what you did for your father was remarkable.
Well, wasn't it? And Percival needn't worry about the strands of emotion or the traces that this magic leaves. I found a way to contain all of it.
You haven't stopped.
Goblin silver.
You spoke to a goblin about this.
Don't worry, he has no idea what we're containing.
We don't know what effect any of this may have. The emotions, the dark traits.
You sound like Percival. And as it happens, I do know. It is a source of strength, of focus. Somehow it enhances my ability to wield magic.
I don't follow, Isadora.
I think we can harness it.
Power like this is not to be toyed with. In the wrong
You
hands,
saw what I did for my father. Oh, Neve, imagine the good we could do. Everyone is in some kind of pain.
What are you doing?
Breathe it in. Can you feel it?
Окей.
Oh, Isadora. This must stop. All of it.
You've kept this power to yourselves for so long because you fear it. I choose to embrace it.
Окей. Это все? Одно воспоминание. Ладно. Окей, кстати, это все испытание.
Revelio.
С дарами смерти мы закончили. Ну и возвращаемся в зал картографии. Криптографии чуть не сказал. Ну и давайте поговорим со всеми.
Is it true? Has someone completed the first 3 trials?
Окей.
It is, and I have.
But you are so...
Young? I know. You must be Professor Bakar.
I am.
Pleased to meet you. The pensive memory I just witnessed. Was Isadora inhaling painful emotions?
She was.
Извиняюсь. Пугающее зрелище.
I found it disturbing. But how did she gain power from it? How did she harness it?
It was disturbing. Although I wonder that you are asking about her power. I hesitate to reveal the location of my pensive to someone who, perhaps, has yet to understand the responsibility of power.
I can assure you, Professor, I do. In fact, what you don't yet know is that a dangerous goblin called Ranrock has accessed the repository at Rookwood Castle. He has learned to harness the contents of it as a source of immense power. He plans to use that power against wizardkind. We have no time to waste.
I see. Nonetheless, the knowledge you shall gain after you witness my memories is too valuable to share without further consideration. I shall require time to confer with the other keepers.
It seems we have no choice but to wait, frustrating as it is. I heard what you told Professor Bakar. Isadora was inhaling emotions to gain power?
She was. And she pulled emotions, as she did from her father, from Professor Fitzgerald, without permission.
Monstrous.
What's more, she said that she found a way to store the traces of magic she extracted in goblin silver.
The repositories?
Possibly. There's something I didn't get a chance to tell you earlier. Ranrock has been digging at locations tied to the 5 names he found in the journals of a goblin metalworker named Bragball.
5 names? The Keepers, and who else? Isadora Morganac?
Precisely. That's how he's been one step ahead of us. Gringotts, the Tower, Rookwood Castle.
If the Keepers won't tell you where the next trial is yet, I say we at least maintain a watch on Ranrock. Perhaps he'll lead us to more information.
Perhaps. I hope to hear from Lodgok soon. I haven't heard anything since I learned of the drills. Oh, and as you've probably guessed by now, your Polyjuice plan worked like a charm.
I knew it would. I may have done too good a job distracting Black. I had no idea he can't hold his fire whiskey.
Огненный виски. Весело. Одаренный герой. Ладно. Так, задание основное. Одно из них выполнено. Осталось сколько? 3, как я понял. Там было написано. Может быть, меньше.
I shouldn't have reacted so bitterly about your goblin friend. I apologize. I hope we can finish what we started with the triptych. Please meet me at the southern coast. We can search for the final canvas piece.
Окей. Задание Себастьяна. Еще кто? Все. Так, ладно. Сперва снаряжение. Так, нам дали шарф, но он слабоват. Что я его сразу уничтожу. Далее, ну, у нас уже куча разных рукоятей, но мне моя больше нравится. Ее я и оставлю. Это раз. Так, инвентарь. Записки. Так, таланты у нас пока 1 очко только. Ну ладно. Не будем попусту их тратить. А вот. Тень смерти. Рукояти были. А здесь у нас места, которые мы находили по пути к кабинету директора. Окей. Теперь по заданиям. Можем пойти на Тень горы и встретиться там с Себастьяном на побережье. И нужна бомбарда. Ну, у меня она есть. Так, можем пойти по заданиям Натти, по заданиям Себастьяна, либо Натти. Ну, либо Поппи. Так, давайте сперва задание Натти. Я просто не горю желанием прям пойти и заполучить себе империю. Это возле Hogsmeade, кстати, да? Возле Hogsmeade. Тогда нам сюда. Может быть, сходим к одному очень интересному человечку. Так. Вот сюда. Окей, магазин спортивных товаров Круголетка. Этим магазином управляет любезный Альби Уикс. Здесь продаются всевозможные волшебные спортивные товары, включая новейшие модели метео. По городу ходят слухи, что Альби работает над рядом усовершенствований летных характеристик метео.
What are we looking for today?
Я не хочу покупать. Я думаю, что у него можно улучшить.
Thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you again.
Так, ну, наверное, наверное, по его заданию надо идти, чтобы мету улучшить. Так, минутку. Инвентарь. Снаряжение, может, да. Идеальная мета для тех, у кого вспыльчивый характер. Вы можете обновить свою мету в магазине спортивных товаров Круголетка, который расположен в Hogsmeade. Наверное, надо по его заданию ходить, чтобы улучшить себе. Да, вот это, наверное. Ну ладно. Наверное, позже займемся. Сейчас по заданию Natty. Или могу по закадрам это сделать, но пока не уверен. Может, там что-то интересное будет. Ладно, давайте подойдем к Natty.
Are you ready to put an end to Harlow?
I'm ready to do what's needed to take Harlow down. I know you have a plan.
We must gather information from the friends of Mr. Bickle that Archie and Mrs. Bickle mentioned. Agabus Filbert, Otto Dibble, and Mr. and Mrs. Rabe.
All right.
I suggest that you speak with each of them while I head to the Hogshead. I saw some Ashwinders heading there. And as my mother would never go near the Hogshead, she is less likely to learn of my activities than if I were to wander the village questioning its residents.
Где их искать?
Where am I to find these friends of his?
I do not know about Mr. Rabe, but his wife, Daisy, is often in Hogsmeade, as is Agabus Filbert. And Otto Dibble, he works at Gladrags, so you will likely find him there.
What sort of information am I trying to gather from these people?
They may know what evidence Mr. Bickle had against Harlow, or they may have evidence of their own. We simply need to know whatever they know.
Хорошо.
Very well. I'll speak with them, see what I can learn.
I knew I could rely on you. We need to know how they are being blackmailed by Rookwood and Harlow. Meet me here after you have spoken with them.
Короче, насчет...
Hopefully, by the time you return, I will be able to move a bit more freely.
Окей, насчет 2DS-ки с Алиэкспресса. В принципе, она неплоха. Да, у нее есть потертости на корпусе. Есть разные царапины на нижнем экране. Не та... Ну, их не прям, чтобы я сидел и такой, типа, как это невозможно в этой игре. Вот. И вообще невозможно пользоваться. Вот. Но есть один вот прям большой минус. Это стик. Он прям, я не знаю, что с ним, но он ужасный. Вроде он типа оригинальный, там не форма, а там, короче, ощущение, как будто она немного, вот прям, ну немного, она прям сильно как будто заржавела основание. И вот когда ею пользуешься, вот так начинаешь просто использовать, просто крутить, она шуршит, прям вот наждачка, как будто вот чем-то ты вот так металлическим крутишь, ну, трешь по наждачке. Это прям очень неприятно. И еще это еще и ощущается на пальце, как будто вот ты наждачку трогаешь пальцем. Это вот прям очень неприятно. Ладно, так, давайте пойдем и поговорим.
Mrs. Rabe should be nearby.
С кое-какими людьми здесь.
Oh, Isco, what have I done?
Mrs. Rabe, I wondered if I might speak with you about Theophilus Harlow. I'm a friend of the Bickles and am trying to gather evidence against him.
Poor Joanna and little Archie. And now Harlow has taken my darling Isco.
What do you mean? Why?
I'm a security guard at Gringotts, and my husband is a curse breaker for them. Harlow approached me about helping him extort my colleagues into giving him treasures from the vaults.
And you declined?
Of course I declined. Repeatedly. I thought they'd given up, until I came home one night and found my husband gone, and a note affixed to my door with a knife. The note stated that I only had a few days to reconsider helping with some banking needs, and that my husband would appreciate it if I acted quickly. But the help Harlow wants is help that I cannot give, and my dearest Isco is paying the price.
Why wouldn't Harlow extort your husband?
Isco's job is even more removed from the vaults than mine. He travels the world for the bank. He could do nothing for Harlow. I'm the one in the bank on a daily basis, which evidently makes me an enticing target for blackmail.
Have you helped Harlow since your husband was taken?
No, I'm worried sick about Isco, but he'd never want me to compromise my integrity. I also know that he's extremely clever. That said, I was hoping he would have escaped by now. It makes me concerned as to why he hasn't.
Are you sure the note means that your husband was kidnapped?
What else could it possibly mean? Besides, I came home to find that someone had trampled the daisies in our garden. It may sound silly, but those were Isco's pride and joy. He would never have let that happen.
Thank you, Mrs. Rabe. Knowing the lengths that Harlow will go to is helpful, albeit more than disturbing.
Mr. Bickle was trying to help us, but now he's gone. I don't know what to do.
I shall do all I can to get evidence against Harlow, Mrs. Rabe.
Very well. Here's the note I received. You must be careful as well. Please don't put yourself in danger.
Миссис Ботвинс, извиняюсь, что я нормально сесть не могу. Мы надеемся, что вы пересмотрите свое решение касательно материальной помощи. Вам дали достаточно времени, но наше терпение не безгранично. Ваш муж наверняка хочет, чтобы вы поняли всю ценность нашего сотрудничества. Готовы ли вы ответить до конца недели? Этот разговор должен остаться между нами. Надеемся, вы понимаете.
Some evidence worth hanging on to.
Thank you. I hope it's not too late.
Now, to find Mr. Bickle's other two friends.
Glad you came.
Она всегда так будет говорить? Даже если мы уже в кабаней голове, она все время будет, типа, если мы мимо нее будем проходить.
I should check there.
Она будет говорить, типа,
Please tell me you didn't take it, but perhaps it's been here all along.
Спасибо, что пришел. Или я рада, что ты пришел.
Mr. Dibble, may I speak with you? It's about Theophilus Harlow.
I've nothing to say about him. May I interest you in a stunning cravat today?
Please, sir, I'd like to help. I spoke to Mrs. Bickle.
You know the Bickles? All right, but we must be discreet. Can't have Mr. Hill hearing this.
I know Mr. Hill. He was kind to me the day of the troll attack.
Oh, he's a good man, but even he wouldn't understand about Harlow. It started a few weeks ago. I was distracted, reading a note, when you-know-who came into the shop. I hid the note behind the counter and offered to help him. He stared at me for a moment, then asked me to check on an order he'd placed. I went into the storeroom to check on what turned out to be a non-existent order. When I returned, he was holding the note.
What was in the note?
It was a note from Rosie Hill, Mr. Hill's daughter. You see, we've been, well, secretly engaged these past 6 months.
Okay,
We haven't told Mr. Hill yet. I dare say he has higher hopes for her. Harlow advised me in no uncertain terms that my relationship with Rosie, not to mention my employment here, depended upon my cooperation.
What did he ask you to do?
It all happened so quickly. In an instant, he took a very expensive scarf from the counter, pocketed it, and smiled. He said, "Your secret is safe as long as I can supply my lady friend with delightful items like this every so often." I've been able to cover for his requests until now with some creative bookkeeping, but I can't keep it up for much longer. I'm terrified to say anything. I could never live without Rosie.
Could you give me a bit more detail about the note?
Да мы
That
тут
might help me to
детективы.
identify it should I come across it.
It's on Rosie's special pink stationery. It has her monogram at the top, RH. That's how Mr. Hill would know it was real.
What have you been doing to keep the extortion a secret?
Well, as I mentioned, creative bookkeeping. And I've also been trying to cover the costs with my own savings, but I'm running out of money. Of course, none of this bodes well for my efforts to improve my circumstances and to be worthy of Rosie.
I met Mr. Hill the day of the troll attack. He was kind to me. Why don't you just tell him?
He's a lovely man. But when it comes to Rosie, I fear he loses all perspective. He'd see this as a grave betrayal. I'd lose my job instantly, and Rosie as well.
Окей,
Thank you for
ладно,
telling
не
me.
будем
I'm
вмешиваться в
gathering
ваши
evidence to
отношения.
take Harlow down.
I would love nothing more than to see him rotting in Azkaban, but be careful. He's an awful man and incredibly dangerous. As for Rosie's letter, should you happen upon it, I have committed it to memory. You may destroy it immediately.
Understood.
Now hurry off before Mr. Hill returns.
Окей.
We're on the right track. Now to find the last of Mr. Bickle's friends.
Агабус Флибертом. Ага, ладно.
Agabus Filbert must be around here somewhere.
Hello there.
А вот и он.
Excuse me, Mr. Filbert. I wondered if I might speak with you about your dealings with Theophilus Harlow. I hope to ease Mrs. Bickle's mind by gathering evidence against him.
Tragic what happened to Bickle. He wanted me to speak out against Harlow for an act of violence committed against me. But I feared Harlow's retaliation, and so I refused.
Да,
If you had
напрасно он
spoken out
промолчал.
against him as Mr. Bickle asked, perhaps Harlow would be locked away by now.
Perhaps. But perhaps I would have suffered a similar fate.
You said that Harlow committed an act of violence against you. Could you tell me what happened?
Before my extraordinary wife, Dulcibella, passed away, she had just completed a small book of poetry. As a surprise for her birthday, one she never had the chance to celebrate, I had the book beautifully bound and plated in gold. One day, Harlow came calling to punish me for having spoken out against the Neanderthals that comprise Rookwood's lot. Before I knew it, I'd been petrified, and Harlow was rifling through my home. He found the book of poetry, with its exquisite gold plating. I watched helplessly, lying there in my entranceway as he walked away with the book, laughing as he went. I was shaken to my core. Still am, to be honest.
I imagine you fear Harlow retaliating again, but do you mind if I share this information with Officer Singer?
I suppose I have no choice. This extortion can't go on forever. You can pass it on to anyone who may be willing to help. Harlow does not like people talking, as you already know.
I've spoken with Mr. Bickle's friends. Now to find Natty.
Здесь нельзя пройти. Ладно. А почему-то... Почему по забору не может забраться? Кстати, уже зима, что ли? Я как-то не заметил, как время года поменялось. Хотя, когда мы в последний раз были в Hogsmeade, там был...
It's not like Natty to be late. She said she was going to the Hogshead. Perhaps I'll find her there.
Была осень, был Хэллоуин, так что... Да, наверное, то, что зима пришла, это нормально. Так. Идем искать Натти. И я чувствую, уже есть какие-то проблемы.
Natty must be around here somewhere. Natty's wand. She can cast without it. She wanted me to find this. She's in trouble. Revelio will show me where she was taken. Revelio.
Ага, вот здесь.
Nosy little students get what's coming to them.
Подвешенная кабанья голова. Это подвешенная кабанья голова закатывает глаза и шмыгает носом, наблюдая за убогой атмосферой и довольно колоритной клиентурой трактира «Кабанья голова». Ага. Короче, нам вот так.
Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quick.
Тайное убежище. Окей.
The footprints led to this room. There must be another way forward. Accio! A hidden door.
А вот и...
Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly. Revelio.
Ну ладно, давайте заберем книгу стихов и любовное письмо.
I'd better be sure I'm not seen.
It's not gonna work. Using that girl as bait, no one's coming for her. We ought to just kill her. Only a Hogwarts student.
Revelio.
Come in here alone. When you have a cloak like that, you can blame the office. What?
Got my eye on a few nearby hamlets. They're in more danger than they know.
I take what I want.
They don't seem to care for me. Can't say I blame them what we all have done there.
Revelio. Petrificus totalis.
Look what you'll reward us for our loyalty, don't you, Fred?
Окей.
I could use a fire whistle. Girls be nothing but trouble. About time we lost.
Revelio.
Деньги, короче. Перчатки.
I might have gone more to plan if you'd paid attention to instructions. Cleaning your ears out might be a good start. I swear they're full of puffskin hair, I really do.
Let's finish this job and be done with it. Waste of time, this is. I've never seen.
Feldcroft was extraordinarily dull. Does no one put up a good fight anymore?
Even I see.
Impressive.
Expulso! Expulso!
Don't think you're going to get out of this alive.
Oh, what's the light go out of your eyes? Fight for me!
Flash of inspiration.
Bombarda!
Expulso! You don't. You're the first one.
Как их много?
Expulso! Not seen the likes of this. Might want to look up.
Protego! Glaciers! Bombarda! Leviosa!
From above!
Glaciers!
What are your thoughts on electricity?
Отдаем.
Why do I get lots and gold?
Revelio.
Not me.
I hope Rookwood knows what he did.
А что здесь? Неизвестный наряд.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Окей.
Lumos.
Так, что у нас здесь?
Oi.
Revelio.
Понять не имею. Так. Хотя ладно, давайте сюда. А, это наверх. Ладно, чуть попозже. Пойдем в решетку, которую мы открыли.
Lumos. Revelio. Lumos.
Окей, шар. Глупость какая. Где стихи и письмо, блин? А, можно было изначально здесь прийти. Ладно. Сглупил.
Revelio.
Ты мил мне словно... Короче,
The
это
book of
письмо.
poems that was taken from Agabus Filbert. He'll be thrilled to have this back.
Что такое? Хотя ладно, что я сижу уже? Так уже началось.
Bombarda.
You come to the wrong place, child.
Leviosa.
Expulso! What's happening?
Bombarda.
Expulso! Quite conductive, aren't we?
Glaciers.
You'll die for that.
Молния на...
Expulso!
Bombarda.
Trying to make me admire a good challenge, are we? Flash of inspiration.
Посиди.
Revelio.
Окей, может здесь письмо? Здесь письма нет. Вот здесь лестница есть, интересно. Неизвестный наряд. Дорогой Отто, я перечитала твое последнее письмо бесчисленное количество раз и буду перечитывать вновь и вновь каждый час, пока мы не встретимся. Меня пугает мысль о том, что я еще не скоро тебя увижу, но я верю в лучшее. Любовь моя, скорее бы настал тот день, когда мы расскажем о помолвке всем близким, особенно моему отцу. Я понимаю, что ты хочешь подождать, пока не встанешь на ноги. Я знаю, что ты изо всех сил стремишься к этому. Но знаешь, что невозможность поделиться своими чувствами, которые переполняют меня и уносят на седьмое небо, и впрямь невыносимая пытка. Теперь я еще раз перечитаю твое письмо с любовью, Рози.
Otto Dibble's love letter from Rosie.
Окей, вот и письмо.
You wanted me to destroy this if I found it?
Я ему верну просто.
Natty must be here somewhere.
You found us.
Revelio.
I knew you would realize I had left my wand for you. Speak to Mr. Rick here. I need to.
Поговорить с Isco. Вот он.
Mr. Rabe, Daisy told me you'd been abducted.
You spoke with my wife. How is she?
Нормально.
Worried about you. Are you all right?
I am all right. Thank you for coming. These locks are cursed, and there's an anti-apparition jinx on the cells. Even Natty's skill with wandless magic cannot free us. I need you to find my wand.
Use mine. We'll find yours together once you're out of there.
I need my wand for this. Using one with which I have no connection may not work as well or as quickly, and we cannot risk detection.
I shall do my best. Any idea where it might be?
It's nearby. I can sense it.
Understood. I'll find it.
Ага, еще его палочку искать.
Your friend Natty was not
Revelio.
even summoned my wand. It must be blocked by something.
Bombarda. Confringo.
Где его палочка, блин?
My wand is somewhere in this room.
Revelio.
I can tell.
Lumos. Mr. Rabe's wand could be in there. Hello, Remora.
Окей. Хорошо. Dying Light полностью установился. Эта информация не обязательно было показывать.
If Natty, Mr. Rabe's wand. He'll be glad to have this back.
На, забирай.
Mr. Rabe, I found your wand.
Well done. I knew it was nearby. Now, you best stand back. One never knows how a curse will react to being broken.
Хорошо. А где Натти? Все, он выбрался. Окей.
Revelio.
Все, уходим.
Thank you, Mr. Isco.
My pleasure.
Давайте
And
уходить.
thank you, my friend. We owe our lives to your bravery. I may be too weak to disapparate with you both, but I can try.
You go ahead. Find Officer Singer. We will get out of here on our own.
Very well. But be careful.
А почему мы не можем трансфигурировать?
Be prepared for a fight. These Ashwinders must pay.
Я, конечно, со всеми разобрался, но, возможно, есть еще кто-то.
Lumos.
Lumos. Let's find Officer Singer and put an end to Harlow. What?
Окей, выходим в Hogsmeade и потихонечку заканчиваем. А вот и констебль.
Natsai Onai. I should have known. And you, the troll dispatcher. Oh, thank goodness the two of you are safe. Isco Rabe told me a couple of students had rescued him. Should have known it was you two.
Is Mr. Rabe all right?
He is. I sent him home to his wife. Miss Onai, your mother will not be pleased to learn that you're still risking your safety pursuing these dangerous men.
Actually, Officer Singer, Natty and I learned of several Hogsmeade residents who've had their lives threatened by the Ashbinders. In addition to abducting Mr. Rabe to blackmail his wife and Natty, Rookwood and Harlow have also extorted Agabus Filbert and Otto Dibble.
I will look into all of that.
Ой, ну конечно, если бы ты хотела разобраться, ты уже это сделала.
But you are taking great risk. Next time, please let the authorities handle the Ashwinders.
Я не хочу с ней ругаться, конечно, но ладно, просто.
Yes, officer. Do you have enough evidence to take down Harlow and the rest of Rookwood's lot?
Well, it's certainly a good start. We shall see. But you can leave this to me.
Мне кажется, она работает на Харлоу. Ну или у него есть.
You may wish to speak with your mother about this before I do.
My mother will not like this. Thank you again for rescuing me. We shall speak soon.
Мне кажется, что она, ну, типа, он ее тоже шантажирует. Поэтому она и ничего не делает сносного. Ладно. Перед тем, как закончить, давайте, знаете, что сделаем? Где там Дэми Маску? И отправимся к всем. Короче, сходим и сдадим 2 луны, которые у нас есть. И, возможно, мы сможем открывать теперь.
The Ashwinders have ceased pestering me. I suspect that's your doing. Thank you from me and Rosie both. We're just leaving for our honeymoon after we tell Mr. Hill of our recent marriage. Wish me luck.
Удачи. Да.
Hello, Mr. Moon.
Надеюсь, мы сможем открывать более...
Any luck removing some more of those demiguise statues?
Более... Короче, замки 2-го уровня мы сможем открыть.
I actually have some moons for you.
I cannot thank you enough. If you could just find a few more, I'd be so very grateful.
Where should I look for more demiguise statues and moons?
All of my usual haunts, which incidentally have now become quite haunting. Here in the castle, in Hogsmeade, and believe it or not, in some of the surrounding hamlets. Oh, my tormentor is nothing if not thorough. Kept me from all my usual engagements for an eternity now.
I'll keep an eye out for more demiguise statues and see if I can bring you more moons.
You are to be commended for your bravery and valor, especially since they can only be collected at night.
А ему что,
We
типа...
are fortunate to have a student brave enough to eradicate the demiguise figurine menace.
А ему типа нужно прям 9, короче, этих лун отдать, только тогда 2-й уровень сможем открыть. Ладно, забить. Короче, ребят, на этом мы сегодня заканчиваем. В следующем видео пойдем либо по заданию Поппи, либо по заданию Себастьяна, не основной квест. Всем спасибо за просмотр. Ставьте лайки, подписывайтесь, а также комментируйте. Не забудьте поделиться этим видео со своими друзьями и знакомыми, если оно вам понравилось. Также ссылка на мой плейлист, как и ссылка на мою группу ВКонтакте и в Телеграме внизу в описании. С вами я уже увижусь в следующем видео. Всем удачи, всем пока.